Let's clean up some footage. I've created a folder here called Cleanup, and inside there's two folders. One is called AE, which stands for After Effects, and in that folder, that's where I'm going to keep all of my After Effects projects. And because there's 800 or 803 different shots in the movie, um, I figured we're only going to need to create 8 of them. And this one that I've created so far happens to be 301 through 400. I typed, or I spelled out through because I thought that maybe a dash would cause problems with temperamental computers, but perhaps I was overly cautious. And then there's another folder called cleaned, and it's empty right now because whatever I create in here, I will export, and that will go in the clean folder. And the one I'm going to work on is the one that I created in the setup, which is called 346. And let's clean it up right now. Okay, so if you play it and you watch it, it has to render it first. And as it loops, you're going to look at it and you go, okay, what needs to clean up? And what needs to be cleaned up? And what's the quickest way I can tackle it? And make it acceptable. Okay, so really when you're looking at this, the problem that I see offhand is this vertical green sustained and stationary mark right there. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you an example of a way that I would clean this stationary sustained line. It's sustained because it lasts several frames, and in this case it lasts all of them. And it's stationary, it's not moving around a lot. So there are easy ways to tackle this. But as you look at this, everything else, all the other dust and scratches, are very minimal. I mean, even those right there, when you play it, it's not a huge deal. That's what the rest of the movie looks like. We're only going to tackle the most severe and the ones, in this case. And so let's tackle that. But as you look at it as well, this is very typical of this film that we're working on. The first and last frames have this little sort of greenish tint with a line here. I think it's tape to splice the film together. And as it's aged over the years, it has become miscolored. So the clear tape has now become less clear and a little more visible. And so we'll want to remove that one as well. This one's not so bad because it's already a dark shot. You can't even see it in this portion. And as you play it through, it doesn't show up very much. So this one actually, perhaps if you use your own judgment, you may not really have to take that one on right there. But we do want to take on this vertical green one for sure. If you look at the first frame, all it is just a little bit fuzzy and blurry up there. And that's not something that we're going to handle either. We're just going to leave that. That's not very severe. And again, the bottom one here is like a 2 at best, maybe a 3. So it's just not a big deal. All right, let's do this. So first of all, just to keep this shot or this frame right here undestroyed or jostled or whatever, as you can see, you accidentally click on it and you knock it over. So you have to undo it to bring it back. If you lock it, you're good, but then you can't work on it. So if you unlock it, highlight it, and then Command D for duplicate, and then lock the original one, then you can do whatever you want to these other ones. If however many duplicates you want to make, you're fine, and you won't be able to affect the original, which is good. Then you can make sure that you're keeping it the way it's supposed to look overall. Okay, just a little overview of a couple things. This thing that says full right here, this is like resolution. It's quicker to render and work on if it's minimized, but when it's pixelated like that, you really can't see how your work is really looking. And so you might as well set it on full. This is how big it is when you're working on this, 155%. That's just fit. So I have it in fit. It makes it as big as your workspace allows, but if you really want to zoom in on it, if you push like the letter Z on your keyboard, you can zoom in and work on something that's more specific. And if you push Option down, you can zoom out again. And then the letter V will bring it back to the regular arrow cursor. But I like to work on it in the maximum size that it lets you normally. So that's what I do, just push the fit option. Okay, so this is how I get rid of it. I won't really explain it because I can't easily explain it as well as I can just show you. So I'm going to create a mask right now. If you hold down the Shift key down here at the bottom, it'll keep it straight. Then move it over a little bit, click it again, hold down the Shift key again, right there. Okay, we created a mask. And the reason why it's a mask is because if you hide the bottom layer right there, see that? If you click here, it'll get rid of the outline. There's our mask. But it lines up perfectly with the one underneath, so you can't see it unless you've highlighted it, in which case it's outlined with that pink line. And what I want to do is use this to kind of cover up the green line right next to it. Here's an anchor point. I'm going to move this anchor point. Right now, if I don't move it, watch this, I'm going to open this up, and here's the transform option. There's the mask manipulation options. We're not going to open that up yet. We're going to open up transform. And if I were to rotate right now, it's going to rotate from the anchor point. So see that? It's rotating from the anchor point. What I want to do is I want to bring, well, yeah, okay. I'm going to bring this anchor point over. I put my arrow over it. I can't just click and drag. It's going to move everything. Undo that. I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to push the letter Y. Then I'm going to click and drag. That allows me to move the anchor point. And I want to move this anchor point to the right end of this mask over here. Because I'm going to stretch it across the green line. In order to do that, I'm going to change it by changing the scale. But I can't just change the scale right here. It moves it over, but it also moves it up and down. It just changes the whole size. Don't want to do that. I'm going to get rid of the link right here, disconnect it, and then I'm going to change the scale. See that? So I just brought it over there like that by stretching it out. If I undo it, if I change the other number here, it changes that part of the scale. We don't want to do that. We just want to do this one in this case because we want the format on the top and the bottom, the letterbox to remain the same. So we stretch it over. We don't go right barely over to the pixel. We want to go a little over because we want to soften the edges a little bit. That's where we open up the mask and we're going to soften the edges. But let me click out of the way first. See, that's a sharp line. But if you play it like this, it's already, the green line is gone. And if you're not really paying attention to the sides, you're just looking at where the eye really wants to go, which is somewhere in the middle of the picture, then it's really not very noticeable at all. And it took like hardly any time. If I didn't have to explain it, I could have done it in like a minute. And then it's like already done. All I need to do now is go into the mask preferences and feather. See, there's other options too. Just like with the transform, there's other options. But we're just going to affect the feather. And I have determined that a 3 is a good blend. If you blur too much, see that softening of the edges? If you blur too much, the green line shows up again anyway. And so if you make it about a 3, then it's kind of a happy medium. So if you play it and look at it with a little bit of blur, as you can see, in my opinion, it's totally acceptable, especially when you consider how quickly it was done. If something like this would have taken all day, and you got results like that, then that's pretty pathetic. But if you took a minute and you got results like that, then I say good for you. So let's call it good. I am going to leave this other one right here for now. Not going to worry about it, and because it's not that bad. I just wanted to show you how to take care of this sustained stationary issue. And we did it. So now I'm going to show you how to export it, but that's going to be in a different video. Thank you for watching.